Hello and welcome, my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading for my Earth sign Zodiac friends, where we're going to explore the year to come. As we're ending 2019 and heading into 2020, this gives us the perfect time to reflect on the year to come. And let's be honest, Tarot really excels at that mapping process. So today we're going to focus in on mapping 2020 for my Earth sign Zodiac friends. Now, some of you may remember I did a mapping session in October for my Zodiac friends to really look at the next 12 months. So I modified the spread from October to highlight the importance of the blessings that each month will bring us. And so that's what I've done. This is the spread that we're going to be using today. So if you saw the October videos, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. I've added some more cards to it. During my reading here, I'm not going to flip back between spread and card. I'm just going to focus in on the cards because there are 3 different cards for each month and then also the year. What the month or year brings us, those obstacles, then of course the blessings. I do have a link below to the spread itself so that you too can map your next year or 6 months or however long. I want to give those an opportunity who want to really work on their tarot and card reading skills, the opportunity to really work with some of these spreads that I'm creating. Now, the decks I'm going to be using for this reading, I'm going to use the Smith-Waite Tarot. It's a Centennial edition. It's fantastic and I adore it. This symbol here is actually Pamela Coleman Smith's signature. She really added some extra cards to this deck and it's fantastic. Of course, the blessings, I'm going to be using the Energy Oracle. Like always, there are links below to all these fantastic decks. So should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. All right, my Earth sign Zodiac friends, let's see what the cards have to say. Now we're going to start off with the year card. What card symbolizes 2020 for my Earth sign Zodiac friends? The Page of Wands. That innocent, excited, exuberant, inquisical energy. All connected in to your passions and your creativity. You're really going to see that your solar plexus and sacral chakra are going to be ignited through 2020 and bring about some shifts that really accentuate and reinforce your creative self, those creative aspects of yourselves. The page likes to really reflect on and examine their world, and we're doing it through a set of childlike eyes, that inner child. And it's that questioning and really examining your world through that lens that's really going to help you start to make those little shifts and changes in your life that will be really meaningful for you. Let's look at the challenge. What challenge will my Earth sign Zodiac friends face in 2020? The Hanged Man. The 12th card in the Major Arcana, and it's that letting go. Letting go of those preconceived notions, that kind of micromanagey energy where you need to be in control of everything. That release is going to come because when you start to critically look and examine your world, whether it be through the lens of a child or an adult, not everything can be taken with you. We do need to release and let go. We also need to really embrace that energy of allowing the universe take the driver's seat so we can really focus in on that creativity. And the universe, fantastic when we do this, the universe will bring in different opportunities, ideas, and situations that will help create more abundance in our life because we're not micromanaging. We're not trying to take control of our situation, of our lives. We're focusing in on that fun, creative aspect of our life. And creativity does not equate to fine arts or arts and crafts. It's how you like to express yourself. Those things you like to do that gets you out of your head, gets you out of those task lists, and gets you focused in on some fun. All right, let's switch to the blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace for 2020? It's a fantastic card. The Angel of Balance. Balance is going to be key. We do need to let go. However, we can't let everything go because then we won't be able to meet our physical needs. We need to let go enough and embrace our inner passions and creativity so that we start to balance out our world, start to balance our energies between our creative and our physical sense, our spiritual and our physical, our spiritual and our creative. We start to see a lot of balancing. And it's not just two parts of ourselves. We are multifaceted, multidimensional being. So when we balance, it's just more than balancing white and black. We have so much more to balance and keep in balance and keep in check. All right, so that's what 2020 looks like in a nutshell. All right, let's break it down into the months. Let's look at January. What card symbolizes what January is going to bring my Earth sign zodiac friends? Okay, we had a couple jumpers. The first one, it's a fantastic card, the Moon. It's the 18th card in the Major Arcana, and it speaks about uncertainty and mystery. Now, the Moon is a fantastic card. It's a gatekeeper. You can see the pillars here. There's a number of them in the Major Arcana. When we start to really embrace who we are and really get our solar plexus going, so that courage and determination, we're going to be able to overcome those scary parts. The Moon has a lot of negative belief behind it because the Moon equates to darkness. And we're taught at a small age that darkness equals to scary. Darkness is just what does not have light on it yet. The Moon is also connected into the goddess, which is that nurturing, loving energy. She is always there. Now, these little wibbly gold pieces are gifts. As we go down our path, the goddess and the universe are able to connect in and give us those gifts. We're able to take ourselves to that next evolutionary stage. January offers us a time to really connect into our intuition and gain some guidance and connection into our intuitive creativity so we can take ourselves to the next level. We can get our solar plexus in and really get our courage and determination to overcome those fears and get ourselves going a bit more. Embrace those gifts that the universe and the goddess have and really see some abundance start to come in. And with the Moon, jump the Queen of Wands. She is the firehouse. She's the mother to the page. She embraces and just exudes creativity and abundance. January highlights the importance of nurturing and embracing that creative aspect of yourself. We're starting off on day one working with that Page of Wands. That creativity and passion is going to be key. And that's what's going to really help us go down this path and pass through that gate to that next level. All right, let's go on to the challenge. What challenge will my Earth sign zodiac friends face in January? Okay. You're getting to be a wandtastic reading here. The Ace of Wands. You are going to be bombarded. The Moon has all these little wibbly, what they're called nods, or nodes, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Those are gifts. So you're going to get kind of what's called a download. Download is information sent in by the universe or God or that higher source. to you so that you have better direction. You are going to have all these amazing ideas and thoughts come into our brain. I said connecting into our intuitional creativity would be important. Well, you're not just going to get one piece. You're going to get lots. But one piece will stick with you because you'll be like, oh, I get that. I understand what is being said and I can see what I need to do and I want to go do it. There's going to be other pieces and aspects that we're not going to understand because we haven't got to that point. January brings you that opportunity to really embrace all that the universe holds for you. Writing down, even if you don't understand, writing down ideas, sketching ideas, getting that information down so at a later date, even if you don't understand it now, it will make sense in the future and you will gain more guidance. That's the funny thing about downloads. We don't always understand them until they happen, and then you're like, oh yeah, that does make sense. So really connecting in and allowing all the information in rather than just hyper-focusing in on one. Your ego will want to hyper-focus in on the one because the one means you're not going to be doing this grand voyage of understanding and acquiring all this knowledge because your ego wants to keep you contained. Similar to that of a child, when you want to contain your child, you show them one thing that is amazing and you let them play with it. And then they are contained. Your ego is going to do the same thing with you. Try and contain you. Try and stop this amazing growth that 2020 is going to offer you. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in January? Well, you got 2 jumpers, so you get 2 for the price of 1. Healer of the ages. When we truly start to embrace that energy and knowledge and wisdom that the universe wants to share with us, that's when we're going to start to raise our vibration. And when we start to raise our vibration, we can start to heal ourselves. And when we start to heal ourselves, we start to really be able to make some shifts in our lives. We also exude that amazing, loving, healing energy. And those around us are impacted. So the small shifts and pieces that we do for ourselves in January will really make a big difference, not only for us, but for others, because we will start to be able to share that healing energy inadvertently with those around us. And then, man holding a heart. It's going to be important that we connect in to that heart-centered chakra. Creativity is the expression of your emotions and your heart. That creative sense of expressing yourself. We need to be able to express ourselves. That is in a meaningful way for you and not for the masses. This has to be something that is very connected into you and your passions and beliefs. So the man holding the heart really talks about going from and functioning from that heart-centered space. Let's go on to February. What card symbolizes February for my Earth sign zodiac friends? The High Priestess. The second card in the Major Arcana. We have another gatekeeper. This one, she makes sure that she's in balance. She too is connected into the moon, that goddess energy. February brings you a time where you can connect in and work on your intuition, those abilities of connecting to those higher vibrational pieces, your higher self, your, like I said, your intuition, those high vibrational beings, your guides, your guardians, your archangels, your dragons, and the list goes on and on. February gives you that ability to start to connect in. The High Priestess holds Torah, which is the universal scroll, that universal wisdom. And that's what we need to tap into. That universal knowledge is really going to help us kind of ignite that curiosity of the page. And like I said, that page energy is going to flow throughout this year. Another aspect she's reminding you of, that balance piece, keeping ourselves balanced. To pass through her gate, we need to be functioning from a high vibrational, balanced energy. That way we can truly embrace the information she's going to share with us. Let's look at the challenge. What challenge will my Earth sign zodiac friends face in February? The Five of Pentacles. Fives are always a challenging number. The Five of Pentacles talks about that isolation and disconnected feeling. Sometimes when you're really hyper-focused in on your intuition and connecting with those high vibrational beings, we start to feel disconnected from reality. That balance piece is going to be important. Additionally, sometimes when we start to work on that spiritual aspect of ourselves, we don't get anywhere, or we don't feel like we're getting anywhere because we don't see or hear anything. The messages are being sent on different levels and we're not getting them. So we feel then disconnected from those higher vibrational beings. That balance is going to be key. Keeping yourself balanced and keep working. Similar to that when you were riding a bike. If you fell off the first time and never rode a bike again, you will never learn. Same happens with your intuitional and connecting abilities. You have to work through those barriers, those obstacles. You may not hear them or see them because clairaudience, the ability to hear high vibrational beings, and clairvoyance, the ability to see things, are the two clairs that we have predominantly shut down due to fear. And that fear will come up in spades. It's connecting in through the other clairs that is going to be key. Being mindful and open to what's happening around you so that you're able to see those messages. All right, let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in February? Again, this is fantastic. It just reinforces what I said, that critical thinking. When things don't work, we just can't give up because then we'll get nowhere. Critically evaluating what's happening, stopping, being mindful, slowing things down so that you can get that bigger picture. Let's go on to March. What card symbolizes March for my Earth sign zodiac friends? The Three of Hearts. So there's not a lot of different ways to discern this card. It kind of shows what it talks about. There are very few cards in tarot that really only have the one significant meaning. The Three of Swords talks about the heartache. March is going to bring up some past situations, or situations are going to trigger past events that'll start to really niggle at those sorrow and heartache pieces. Unfortunately, some of my Earth sign zodiac friends will be confronted with relationship problems in March. That heartache will become evident as you go through the month. If that wasn't obstacle enough, let's look at what that big challenge of March is for you. And that's the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is connected in to the High Priestess here. The two most intuitive cards in the deck, the first one is the High Priestess, and the second is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is the everyday embodiment of the High Priestess. With this heartache, it's going to lower our vibration because sadness, sorrow, fear is all connected to lower vibrational feelings. And I'm not saying that the feelings are wrong. I'm just saying that those feelings, they trigger lower vibrational energy, and that it's going to lower our vibration, which is going to cause a disconnect from the work we created in the High Priestess. Like I said, your ego is going to start running amok, and this is very much your ego. It's going to bring up those raw situations. And really, you're going to feel your triggers and buttons being pushed in March because your ego wants to slow you down. And the more you're feeling the Three of Swords, the more you're able to tap into the High Priestess. So you're going to feel that disconnect. The Queen of Cups is also connected in to that emotional center. So like I said, you're going to feel very raw and your buttons are going to be pushed. So you're going to feel very emotional in March. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in March? Door to personal healing and happiness. March offers you, as crazy as it sounds, a time to heal. Even though you may feel disconnected in and you feel like every button is being pushed throughout the month energy, you have the ability to connect in. You have the ability to take some time for yourself and heal some of these past traumas so that your ego can't throw them back in your face. And those few who ended up with some relationship problems and connecting problems, you're going to be able, if you use your critical thinking skills of February, to be able to reflect on those situations and start to heal those aspects of yourself. So even though March might be a bit of a challenge month for you, my Earth sign zodiac, it does give you that opportunity to do some healing, which is going to, in the end, equate to some happiness because you're going to move forward from this point. Let's go on to April. What card symbolizes April for my Earth sign zodiac friends? Oh, huzzah. The Lovers. I sometimes it's really hard when you have a hard month and you go into another hard month because it's triggered a bit of a domino effect. You guys get the Lovers. The 6th card in the Major Arcana. Now, you're going to give more power to the Lovers the more healing you're able to do in March. April offers you that time to really connect in and make some intimate connections and strengthen those existing connections with that important someone in your life. Archangel Raphael, that's who this is overseeing the month for you and will continue working on that healing with you. However, has identified that positive, loving connection will help. So if you're in a current relationship, your partner is really going to be an asset to you in your healing, and you can really strengthen and fortify that relationship. Especially if there was some problems in March, you're going to be able to really focus in on that positive aspect in April. Now, if you're not in a relationship, April brings you a fantastic month to start putting yourself out there and giving yourself some energy and time and setting those intentions to look at that relationship piece. Let's look at the challenge. What challenge will my Earth sign zodiac friends face in April? And that's the 3 of Cups. So your community, your friends, your family are going to want to step in and support you because you've had a hard March. It was pretty hard for you. Well, we love you. We want to spend time with you. Where you want to focus in on your relationship or that possibility of a relationship, your friends and family will want to rally around you. Not the hardest obstacle that one has ever faced in a month. However, it goes back down to that balancing piece. Balancing all aspects of yourself because both of these are important. You need to really reflect on and critically think about what's in your best interest and highest vibration. How much energy do you exude in both? And that's going to be a personal determination, and it's going to vary from day to day. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in April? A have asked that they don't throw my cards under the table or down the hallway because it gets a little bit challenging. And that's deceit. We really need to be careful and mindful, and that goes back to that critical thinking about what's in your best interest. It's not saying that your family and friends are going to be deceitful. It's just that they don't know where your highest vibrational good is. And I will point out that some people who are looking at a possible new relationship, or there are individuals also who are in a current relationship that is not a positive relationship or to their highest vibration, you're really going to start to see some of that lower vibrational deceitful energy come up. Really evaluating and critically thinking about these relationships will not only help in this healing aspect and that balance, but it's going to also ignite your passions. Because if you're finding that your relationship is not to your greater good, you're going to have to make some choices. You need to realign so that you have high vibrational energy coming in and going out, and that the relationship is to your greater good. So that critical thinking piece, and that's what the blessing is. It's kind of one of those blessing in disguises where you do start to evaluate why those friends and family, what has brought them out, and why are they trying to pull you in their direction. That relationship piece. Right? And it's not just thinking that everybody's going to be deceitful. Really looking at it. If it's a positive, loving relationship, if you have family and friends who are just generally worried because you had a bad month, how can you increase and really solidify and support and nurture that relationship? If you have a partner who is fantastic, it's your soulmate, you can again make choices to solidify and really strengthen that relationship. So the deceit card came in to really accentuate the fact that we need to critically look at our relationships in April. Let's look at May. What card symbolizes May for my Earth sign Zodiac friends? The Five of Cups. We have a card of conflict. Now this is different than the Pentacles. So she is a woman mourning the loss of 3 cups. They're overturned. And we probably don't want to know why we've got red, brown, and green fluid coming out of them. We know that they're more of a toxic grouping of colors. There are 2 cups behind her. They are upright and steadfast. She's not focusing her energies on the right part of her life. That right aspect. She could turn around, embrace these cups, walk away, and take the bridge to the castle. However, she is stuck in that mournful sadness. May is going to really challenge you to, again, we go back to that critical thinking. There's a reason that the thinking woman came in so early in the year. We need to critically evaluate what's happening. Similar to that of April, where we're looking at our relationships, this is looking at our lives. It goes back to that letting go card. What do we need to let go? And where do we unleash that page? So that's what May is going to bring us. Now we do have double fives. We have the 5 of Pentacles and the Cups. In angel messages, that multiple 5 tells you that a positive change is coming your way. So that's an important piece to embrace as well. All right, let's look at that challenge though. What challenge will my Earth sign Zodiac friends face in May? All right, so I did miss a couple doubles here. We obviously have double queens, the Cup and the Queen of Wands. They're the 13th card in the Minor Arcana. And they're telling you that it's a time to stay calm so that you can receive that intuitive message. That calmness will really help with the Queen of Cups being overturned. All right, the challenge that jumped out, the 21st card in the Major Arcana, the World. That resistance to change, your ego will come up. You're looking at really the 3 cups signifying that box that your ego wants you to stay in. When you start to shift out of that, you start to get those worries and anxieties coming up. Your ego does not want you to go forward. May gives you that opportunity to not only reflect on what is really important in your life. However, when you start to embrace what is important in our lives, and we start to focus in on that next stage, those 2 cups, we can turn the world to our ally, to our advantage. We can start to get excited about that next piece. That the world signifies a couple of things. It's an ending and a beginning card. It symbolizes a time to reflect and rejoice on all that you've accomplished. And we can do that critical thinking. Taking that pause, that break, to really get excited about that next stage. And we can easily turn the world from an obstacle to a very supportive ally quite easily with minor shifts. And that starts by taking on our ego and really labeling that lower vibrational talk, that lower negative self-talk, and turning it into something more positive. Acknowledging that that's your ego. That's not really how you truly feel. Your ego is your lower vibrational self. You want to connect into your higher vibrational self. Allow that high vibration to help you embrace the dancer so that you have that extra energy and a lot more enthusiasm onto that next stage. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in May? The Angel of Love. Loving those aspects of yourself that may be hard, those are overturned cups, but loving them enough to release them. We need that release piece. That balance aspect is going to become very important in May. Loving those aspects of yourself that you've hidden away, those 2 upright cups. Loving the process and loving the dancer and embracing her and dancing like nobody's watching. And that will really shift your energies in May. Okay, let's go into June. We're entering into summer. So what card symbolizes June for my Earth sign zodiac friends? What a fantastic card. The Emperor. He brings in the stability. He is all about routine. He's all about structure. You don't want to be messing with this guy. He's got it all going on. And he's got a fantastic crown and beard. Let's be honest, he's got the whole thing going on. This 4 is very much needed after having some instability, especially those who really had to critically think on their relationships and found that not all of them are to their highest vibration. And then going straight into the 5. So we're looking at a really big bump here. Some were bumpier than others. Others may have just reinforced their relationships. The Emperor helps bring in that energy of stability and support and structure, which is really going to take a shift for us as we swing up into the year. Now, I'd like to know who would dare cross the Emperor and what the challenge is for my Earth sign zodiac friends for June. And that would be the 2 of Swords. That indecision and uncertainty, your ego is come back with a vengeance. She can't see because the blindfold covers her eye and her third eye. She can't see what's right in front of her, really reinforcing that 5 of Cups. Your ego has put a death grip on the Hanged Man and doesn't want to let go. Does not want you to let go and change. Really, it's about putting down those swords, connecting into your intuition, which will be key. We already had, and literally, it's a 6-month gap here, that connection to the High Priestess. Reconnecting in so that you have that clarity, that certainty, and embracing that stability of the Emperor so that you realign yourself. You reground and restabilize that energy, your energies, so that you are able to really embrace and utilize that energy of the page. All right, let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my earth sign zodiac friends embrace in June? Man holding a coin. It's going to be really amazing what happens when you connect into your intuition, you connect into that stability and earthiness of the Emperor. You're going to find that abundance follows suit. We have a shift here. We know that. Whether or not it's an obstacle or a support, the world symbolizes that next stage, that new chapter. So we know that there's a shift. When you can unleash that page, you're really going to find that abundance follows him. That creativity, getting out of your way, getting out of your head, so the universe can help really bring in solutions that we hadn't even thought of because we don't have that bigger view, that cosmic bigger picture. We have such a microscopic view of it. All right, let's go on to July. What card symbolizes July for my earth sign zodiac friends? Oh, what a fantastic card. The King of Cups. Again, we have a card of stability. He's on this amazing plateau. It doesn't matter what the seas are doing. He has total and utter control, so his life is stable. You're going to find in July that Emperor's stability really swings through, and not only his grounded, like the Emperor is connected into Aries and into that very fiery, earthy energy. And yes, I know many of you are like, Aries isn't an earth sign. You're right, it isn't. He's also connected into the Ram and into Taurus. That energy will swing into the King of Cups. Cups, again, we had the Queen over here, is about that intuition and most importantly, emotional control. You're going to find that since that heartache, your emotions have kind of been up and down and flowy, very much like this water. July is going to bring kind of a control and stability in your emotions, which is going to be a really great shift for you. You're going to feel, again, that stability. And again, that stability can help with that manifestation. The more stable we feel, the more able we are to raise our vibration. Because as we feel stable, we can start to work on some of these pieces, raise our vibration, start to manifest and create abundance in our lives. Let's look at the challenge of July. What challenge does July bring my earth sign zodiac friends? The Empress, the third card in the major arcana. She speaks about abundance and fertility. Biggest challenge you're going to face in July, you're going to want more of this abundance. So you're going to be hyper-focused in on creating things without acknowledging and really reinforcing the stability of the King of Cups. You're going to find that the Empress starts to wilt. To embrace and really engage her in as an ally, you need that foundation of stability and support. So focusing in on your grounding, in on your balancing, and in on that energy work, making sure our chakras are flowing. Connecting into the universal supports, you will start to see that the Empress is less of an obstacle and more of an ally. Near the end of the month or middle of the month, depending on how much work you're able to do with that stability piece, will depend on how much abundance you're seeing and how quickly you're seeing that abundance. All right, let's go on to the blessing. What blessing can my earth sign zodiac friends embrace in July? And before I forget, the Empress is a third card in the major arcana. We have the Three of Swords back there. In angel messages, when you're seeing that multiple three, you're seeing a time that something close to your heart needs to be expressed. And that close to your heart expression will really aid in that Empress as being your ally. Your blessing, Your fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Your fifth chakra is your throat chakra. Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of messages. So focusing in, and like I said, that energy work will be important. Working on our throat will help not only in our communication and clearly telling people what we want, it also works on our ears. And part of that stability is going to be effective communication. And communication also means listening. All right, let's go on to August. Full swing of summer. What card symbolizes August for my earth sign zodiac friends? So sometimes jumpers don't jump out of the card or the deck, they'll jump inwards and flip themselves around. And that's what the Page of Swords tried to do. We've got another page. That inquisitive, playful mind is coming full throttle in August. You're connecting your passions in with your head, so you're going to start to be able to see some action, some movement. Really embracing that child's play. Getting your hands dirty. Really connecting into your passions and not just doing the passions, but really starting to implement it in other areas of your life. Try new aspects of that creativity, so you're really pushing some boundaries. August gives you that playful, fun energy. We've got double pages. And in angel messages, the pages are the 11th card in the minor arcana. And the number 11 is a master number. It's a time to listen to your deeper intuition. That deeper intuition will only really encourage and nurture these two young pages so that you can create that abundance you're looking for. Let's look at the challenge. What challenge will August bring my earth sign zodiac friends? This time they threw it out of the deck. The Magician. The first card in the major arcana. He speaks about using your skills and abilities with the everyday objects to really channel down that universal energy and create abundance and amazingness in our life. So the Magician is our challenge, our obstacle. Our ego is back. It is now questioning our abilities and our skills, because obviously we are crazy and should not be able to do any of what it is we think we can and should be able to do. It is amazing how that negative self-talk comes in and up a lot. We can talk ourselves out of almost anything. It's almost a gift to our culture and our society. The Magician could be changed and again altered to be an ally. He's a 1. He's the first card in the major arcana. We have an ace up in January. In angel messages, when you have that double 1, it's a time where you need to start to believe in yourself and your abilities. The more you're able to challenge this negative self-talk and really reinforce your abilities and really come at it at that high vibrational loving energy towards yourself, the more you're going to be able to shift the Magician in supporting, guiding, and nurturing those pages. So August is going to bring you that challenge of overcoming that committee that likes to tell you in your mind that you can't. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my earth sign zodiac friends embrace in August? Happy family. It's a fantastic card. That supportive, loving, positive, nurturing family and friends that are in your life that will be able to nurture and encourage you forward. It is the 4th card in that deck, in the Oracle deck. We have the Emperor. With those repeated 4s, the angels are telling you that it is time to really connect in and ground yourself and work on that structure and stability in your life. Your family, those positive members, and we all have extended family that may not be as nurturing and positive to us, those positive people in our life, whether they are family or friends, can help with really reinforcing the Emperor's stability and groundedness, and kind of can help talk you out of that self-doubt, encouraging that self-love and self-importance. All right, let's go on to September. What card symbolizes September? I got a couple of them. For my Earth sign zodiac friends. The first one that jumped out, the Eight of Wands. It's hard to tell in this card. These wands are moving from the heavens to the earth. That intuitional, universal message is coming forward. Really connecting in to that intuition, and most importantly, that creative intuition will really support you in making some positive movement forward. Embracing your skills and abilities so that you are able to nurture these wonderful pages to connect into this movement. When you start to critically think about things and you start to make those shifts, questioning your world, enjoying, and that's a big piece, enjoying and having fun, because when we enjoy and have fun, we raise our vibration. We start to see that positive shift coming in, especially in September. We are given the ability to have some movement in September. And with it, the Ace of Swords. The third one on the table, which really highlights the importance of you guys really trusting in your abilities and your skills, and trusting in yourself. Trusting in that knowledge. The Page of Swords will help you really think about things and think of new ways to implement and create and be in your life. The universe will echo that. We have these 8 swords coming in. They carry universal messages. And some of it is knowledge that will help you take it to that next level. Those questioning and that inquisical energy that was brought in August around how we can improve things, how you can implement and use your skills and abilities and talents and creativity in another way will come shining through into September. Let's look at the obstacle in September for my Earth sign zodiac friends. And that's the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is that reminiscing card. When our ego is not able to really push us down because of that self-talk, it's going to start to throw back, oh, do you remember the good old days? Do you remember this? And try and get you stuck in there. Or it's going to also bring up these past sads, those past lower vibrational events to slow you down. Your ego will do anything. It knows exactly how to push your buttons, and it will push your buttons so that you do feel overloaded and unable to move forward. The trick will be to, again, identifying what it is your ego is trying to do and shifting your energies, getting out of your head, focusing in on those passions and in that creativity, rebalancing yourself so you feel grounded and centered, listening to that high vibrational self rather than the low vibrational self. Let's look at a blessing for September. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in September? Indecision. That importance of being very clear with yourself and with your high vibrational beings on what it is you want to achieve. Even if you don't know, leave it open-ended for the universe to step in. Making some clear decisions for you will really help you in that forward planning, that forward motion. It's that indecision that will cause that stagnation. Your ego will play on this, along with the Six of Cups and along with the overturned cards. Your ego will try and stop you. It's really about making some very clear and intentional decisions that are in your best interest and in your greater good. Those high vibrational decisions. That indecision came up over here in June We have it again in August. Let's go on to September. What card symbolizes October for my Earth sign zodiac friends? The King of Pentacles. Kings are that fully developed personality. The Pentacle is all about growth and abundance. The King of Pentacles is known as Midas touch. The more direction and decision making you make, and the higher the vibrational the decision is, and the more it's for your greater good, the more you're really going to enact and empower the King of Pentacles, that Midas touch. That abundance will come back in September. We'll really be able to start to manifest some of the pieces that we want in our life, because we're starting to see shifts. That balance, that letting go, and really igniting our passions are key to really embracing the King's abilities to manifest, which we will start to be able to do. Let's look at the challenge in September. What challenge will my Earth sign zodiac friends face in October? The Eight of Pentacles. Eights are about that movement and manifestation. We have the Eight of Wands here. The Eight of Pentacles talks about craftsmanship and hard work. What's going to cross the King of Pentacles is being overworked, overburdened, and exhausted. It's really easy to hyper-focus on things and tasks and aspects of our lives. That balance is going to be key. Keeping yourself in check and in balance so that you aren't exhausted, you're not burnt out, and that you are able to manifest. Burning yourself out will lower your vibration, which lowers your ability to manifest things in your life. Many people find it easier to manifest things in other people's lives because that is a high vibrational energy that we can share, because you can put it out there. You can see it, you can feel it for them. And then you never doubt that it's coming to them. It's again, that self-doubt that really brings down the ability to manifest. Because let's be honest, we get busy into our own lives and we forget about it. That's what we have to do in our own life. Because when we set that intention and we believe in our abilities and then let it go. Because sometimes it takes a little bit for the universe to catch that up. That's when we can manifest. That's when what we wanted occurs. However, a lot of times what happens is when it doesn't appear right away, we're like, well, obviously I can't manifest. Well, this is stupid. The universe isn't hearing me. We start to self-doubt ourselves in the universe, which lowers our vibration and our ability to manifest. So it's kind of a really catch-22. It can get kind of challenging, but it is achievable. There are many people who can manifest very successfully in their lives because they've limited that self-doubt talk. And they've also ensured that their vibration is high by maintaining that balance piece. And that's why I went off on that tangent. Sorry, a tangent, but important anyway. Let's look at the blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace? My Earth sign zodiac friends embrace is October. The 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So Archangel Uriel is not one of the archangels that's usually connected to your crown chakra, which is your 7th chakra. The crown chakra is connected to the High Priestess and that connection into the higher vibrational beings, that connection to the universe. Archangel Uriel, his name means light of God. He is usually connected in with your solar plexus. Whenever Archangel Uriel is around, I kind of feel a little bit of extra love and attention to my solar plexus because he helps us get the determination and willpower to overcome our challenges. He helps take us from the darkness to the light. Now, both of them will really help you That connection into that higher vibrational universal energy will help with that manifestations ability. Archangel Uriel can help you with that self-doubt and bringing you really out of that darkness and into the light. All right, let's go into October. What card symbolizes November for my Earth sign zodiac friends? Death, the 13th card in the major arcana. Now he is connected in with those lovely queens, and the angel messages with 13 is that you need to calm your mind to receive that intuitive message, those ideas. And that's going to help you in October because we are looking at a time of shifting. You can really help guide death in releasing what isn't working, that letting go of aspects of our life that isn't working. October gives us an amazing time to do it. October also is the month where the veil starts to thin. So we are able to really receive some of those intuitive messages that will really help make more shifts in our life. And I don't think I mentioned we've got the double kings. The kings are the 14th card in the major arcana. And when you have that double 14, it's a time that symbolizes love and spiritual growth. So October, going back to October, it does give you that opportunity to make some fantastic changes and gain some fantastic insight into your life and how things are going. Let's look at the challenge. What challenge does my Earth sign zodiac friends face in November? The Tower. The Tower is the 16th card in the major arcana, and it talks about change. Some of it may be a little bit bumpier than others. It just really depends on what's happened throughout the year. That resistance to change. Releasing things to death means change. Again, we go back to our ego. That resistance to that evolutionary transition that we're looking at really starts to come up into play. Now, the more you resist the change, the more you're going to find the Tower kicking you in the butt. However, again, you can lessen the Tower's punch when you start to embrace those changes that you need to make. The more connected you are into your intuition, into those higher vibrational beings, the more you're going to be able to receive those messages and gain guidance and insight into how to lessen the Tower and really aid and embrace the Death card. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in November? The Temple Path. The 12th card in the Oracle deck, and it talks about that path that the universe has, that bigger plan. Connecting into that plan so that you can really enjoy the scenery, enjoy your experience. The Tower may, for some of you, have quite the jolt. However, the less you resist him and the more you embrace death and the more you really accept and connect in for these changes, the more you're really going to be able to grow and, more importantly, enjoy this aspect of this journey for you. We know that there's a grand plan for us. We've signed up to it. We may not know where that path is going to take us. However, we can slow down and enjoy that pathway. And when we enjoy that pathway, don't be surprised if you start to pick up more messages from the higher vibrational beings that they've hidden along the way. And don't worry, they hide it in plain sight, so it's an easy thing to overlook. However, they will be there. Let's go on to November. What card symbolizes December for my Earth sign zodiac friends? This deck likes to go inwards opposed to shooting out. That's the Ace of Cups, the Holy Grail. Connecting into your intuition, especially that intuitive creativity, will be fun. Especially after the shift that you had in October, you're going to gain more insight, direction, and really be able to ignite that page again. Connect into your creativity and connect into that abundance piece. So November gives you, again, that shift. And we add to our ones. We have the ace, we have the wand, we have the sword, we've got the magician. Again, gives you that time to believe in yourself and your abilities. The more you believe in yourself, the more you're going to be able to manifest and create in your life. Let's go on to the obstacles. What obstacle will my Earth sign zodiac friends face in December? Self-doubt, of course. Wow, your guys' ego is like really, it's relentless here. It's just not giving you any joy. The 8 of Swords, it's connected very closely to the 3, and it talks about those past experiences where the emotion that we've attached to those situations and events is sadness, it's grief, loss, fear, those lower vibrational energies that surround us and literally tie us up. Now, the situations and events are very different for everybody, and I'm not challenging what emotion is attached to them. What the biggest challenge is that those emotions are there. And I know that there's situations and events that occur that's the only emotion that can be assigned to it. However, it's really, again, labeling and identifying that it's your ego and it's pushing your buttons and embracing the Holy Grail rather than sticking in this sorrow and in that sadness. Let's look at a blessing. What blessing can my Earth sign zodiac friends embrace in December? Cornucopia. We've got the 11th card, so we've got double ones. Now it can also connect into the pages, and we had the double pages, and that's your master number, right? So the angels are telling you that it's a time to listen to your deeper intuitional self. Where we're looking at a lot of ones, you're looking at trusting your abilities. Both of them are very appropriate. Listening to your inner higher self will help you overcome that challenge. We can't release those swords yet. That's not what we're doing in November. We want to embrace that cup. Grab the Holy Grail, really tap into that creative, abundant energy. And that's what the cornucopia is really talking about. That abundance piece. Focus in on that positive, high vibrational energy. When these feelings start to come up and those situations start to flash in, that's when you're like, yeah, I got this, ego. I really am enjoying what I've got in my life. And I'm going to keep focusing in on my amazing abilities so that this cornucopia explodes. Other aspects will change as well. That's why I think that mapping is such a fantastic piece, giving ourselves that time to reflect on how we've shifted and how we can realign ourselves into what it is the universe wants from us. Now, this is a group mapping session. If you're interested in doing a personal mapping session, I have a link below where you can schedule a private reading with myself. And in that session, we can go in and start to focus in on some mapping for you. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you're able to gain some insight and direction into what 2020 holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. I've been given a lot of direction and some fantastic ideas from the high vibrational beings, and I can't wait to start to implement them. So the best way to stay connected is through subscribing and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss any of the healing and guidance that they're offering. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn friends.